Americans expect Biden to sit in a room with Speaker McCarthy and start negotiating on debt limit. House Majority Leader Steve Scalise, Republican Louisiana, on Sunday said President Biden needs to get to the negotiating table with Speaker Kevin McCarthy, Republican California, to debate the debt ceiling and spending cuts. The White House needs to ultimately get into this negotiation. The president's been in hiding for 2 months, Martha. That's not acceptable to Americans. They expect the president to sit in a room with Speaker McCarthy and start negotiating, not hiding, Scalise said on ABC's This Week. The Republican-controlled House last week passed a bill that would raise the debt ceiling and cut government spending, despite the White House's desire for a clean increase. The bill, seen as the GOP's opening offer, has little chance of clearing the Senate, which is controlled by Democrats. ABC's Martha Raddatz asked Scalise on Sunday whether he'd be willing to let the country default on its debt rather than sign on to a so-called clean bill. We just passed a bill that addresses the debt ceiling. And for all that we hear from our Senate friends, Martha, they've yet to pass anything. If they got a better idea, I want to see that bill and tell them to pass it through the Senate. We just passed the bill through the House, and we've been very vocal, he said. Scalise also accused Biden of clearly trying to run out the clock and create a debt crisis by not meeting with McCarthy. That's irresponsible. Republicans at least said if the president is going to sit this one out, we're not. We're going to lead. We passed a bill to address the problem. It's time now for the president to get in this game, get off the sidelines, and let's start negotiating and figuring this out, not in June when we get into the midnight hour, but today, Scalise said. If the debt ceiling isn't raised, the country could risk default by June.